Oh, Chris, I guess just a general feeling around the club. You'll have a couple of players who are shattered in Lincoln and Darcy, and now others who I guess sense an opportunity.
Yeah, it's what happens at footy clubs, isn't it? When you get serious things happen, it does open the door for somebody else to come in. So that's the positive side to it. Obviously, we feel for Link and Darcy and their families because ACLs are a major injury and they're a major interruption to your life for a fair while. So we feel for them, but the nature of this competition is he's just got to move on quickly, unfortunately, which is what we've done this week with the blessing of those two players. I mean, they've been very positive around the footy club and they will continue to be that way, I'm sure, while they do their rehabilitation.
In terms of the amount of ACLs and even, I guess, Jack Gunston's medial ligament last year, Sam Doherty, is there anything to it, do you think? Is it just bad luck? You're looking into whether the surface or your fitness program could be...
Oh, you're talking about the Gabba, are you?
The Gabba, sorry, yeah.
So we've had the same fitness bloke here for the last 8 years. The only ACLs we've had in the previous 7 years were Eric Hipwood and Cameron, and they were both down at the Gold Coast. And we've played all our home games at the Gabba since I've been here, so that's 7 and a bit seasons. It's only been in recent times that there's been ACLs on the Gabba. I don't think the surface at the Gabba's changed. So I'm a little bit perplexed as to why that is the case. I understand that people will be asking questions and trying to delve into it, but the mechanisms for each of those injuries was different. Our training program, as I said, has been done by the same people for the last 8 years, and we didn't have any issues until recently, and nothing's changed. So we're a little bit perplexed.
Do you think it's just bad luck? How it's just happened that way?
Well, that's all I can put it down to, but I'm not a biomechanist or a scientist or anything like that. As I say, you look at Kadeen Coleman, the way he did his, it wasn't anything to do with the surface of the oval. So I'm suspecting it's just bad luck, but it's incredible bad luck because I've been involved in AFL footy for 27 years now, and I think there might have been one ACL at Melbourne Footy Club in 10 years and about 2 or 3 at Hawthorn in the 9 years I was there, so it's crazy.
And Lincoln McCarthy reported that there was a 1-year deal on the table for him. Do you expect an announcement soon regarding that he'll play on next year?
Yeah, hopefully. I think we're pretty good at remaining loyal to our players, particularly when they go through a little bit of a hard time. So hopefully that'll be the case.
You see an opportunity though for growth and to find out, just exactly what you've got on your list. Already Bruce and Logan got their opportunity last week. Yeah, that's the opportunity, isn't it? We've been a pretty settled lineup for the last 5 or 6 years, and the reason for that is because we've been able to win a lot of games of footy. So you don't make change for change's sake. This does provide us with an opportunity to have a look at how some of the younger guys are developing, and we'll see how they go. I'm pretty sure that whatever happens, it'll be positive. We'll find some more players.
The end of the season, looking to go one better than last year. This insane raft of injuries, has it made you recalibrate your ambitions this season, or are you still confident you can give it a crack?
We're not even thinking about the end of the season, to be honest. We're week to week, and we have been all year. I mean, I know that's the narrative out there, but our focus as a footy club is to try and play well in each game. It's a really tough competition to have those lofty goals at the start of the year that you get back there and win it. It's a million miles off. So, and as we've found out in the last little while, you can lose a lot of players really quickly in this game, and it changes a lot of things. So, we're just very much in that week-to-week mode.
A player like Logan, who had kind of such a left field debut, how do you manage him now? Because he's had such hype around him. There's already expectation on his shoulders. How do you manage him kind of going forward?
I'll just have a quiet word to him and remind him about the pitfalls of all that sort of stuff. I think he's a pretty level-headed lad. He had a bit of an experience of that in the pre-season. I think he kicked 4 or 5 in a practice game here, and everyone wanted to write a big story about him. And I think the next week he came out, he didn't go so well. So he had a little lesson with that. I think he'll knuckle down and be a decent performer for us this week.
And Calamachi, good to have him returning as well?
Well, we've got to get through training because this is our main session now, given that we played on Sunday night. So he has been named in the team, but we've just got to see how he goes today because this is the true test.
he does get through that test, you'll manage him on Sunday with his minutes?
No, we don't manage players' minutes in AFL footy. We just go out and they play their role. So we wouldn't pick them if we had to manage their minutes.
Shadow Rain's named on the extended bench. How have you seen his development since he's been at the club?
He's a great story, Shadow. He comes from a very large family. So I think there's about 13 kids. So he's learnt to fight for everything that he's got. But he's come through our academy. He's a rookie. He's a much loved character around our footy club. Just a real honest bloke who works hard on his footy. His form's been really consistent in the reserves. So he's some chance to be selected this week. As I said, we haven't finalised everything because we've got to train today. But he's getting close. That's for sure.
So more brains to come in the academy?
I don't know. I think he's the youngest.
Oh.
I think he's the youngest. I'm not sure of that though. There's a lot of them. I know that.
Chris, are you and the club satisfied with the 5-week ban given to Powell for what he said?
I think that's for the AFL to talk about. I don't want to buy into any conversation about penalties that are handed out to players from other clubs, other than to say it's a pretty clear direction from the AFL, which I agree with, that you can't make those sort of comments out on the field.
When were you kind of made aware of it? Were you involved in the investigation?
No, I wasn't involved at all. That's over to Danny Daly, our footy manager. He handles all that sort of stuff. So I was sort of aware, I guess, the day after the game that there might have been something happening, but saw the result like everybody else did. I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Is the player okay that whoever
Yeah,
received
it's fine. Yeah.
The Crows form started the season a little bit slow, but they've hit their straps in the last few weeks.
Yeah, they've been good. Very good footy side. They were on the improve last year, and they're mighty hard to beat at their ground. They've got some momentum up, particularly after playing so well in their game last week against Port Adelaide, the big rivalry. So, like every game, we expect the best version of them. We're same on the ladder, I think, 3 wins and 5 losses. So there's a fair bit at stake this weekend.
And the mid-season draft, you guys have a few spots open. Would you look to a player? I know that's a little bit off, but
it's a little bit off. Probably, obviously, we'll look to maybe get a player or two in. I'm not sure that we'll be trying to get four in. We obviously hope that Will Ashcroft will come back at some stage later in the season. But there's 4 spots there. But whether we go down that pathway for all 4 spots or just pick up a couple of players, we'll just wait and see.